fucking get it on right now. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here. Now, I want to go with a few rules with y'all tonight. Yeah, they ain't that hard. Don't worry about it, all right? Rule number one, this is the what can you touch and not touch rule. Can you touch it? Can you touch it? No. Second touch. Can you touch it? Can you touch it? No. And finally, last one, ladies. Can you touch this? Can you fucking touch this? Well, that too, the law says that you cannot touch. But I think I see a lot of lawbreakers up in this house tonight. And I don't see a cop in sight. All right?
Hello, welcome to this What Do You Want to Watch Spoilercast double feature, where we're talking about Steven Soderbergh's 2012 film Magic Mike and its sequel, Magic Mike XXL. I'm your host, Ashley Hobley. Join me today, Dylan Blight.
Pony.
All right. Yeah. So we're talking about the Magic Mikes. Of course, Magic Mike's Last Dance is just about to hit cinemas. Surprisingly, because it was originally meant to be a HBO Max film. So a couple of those come to cinemas now. That's always good. And Dylan, you haven't watched any of these films before?
No, I've not watched either.
So same here. So, you know, fresh takes on this world of stripping. Alright, please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot themes in any of the movies, so if you haven't watched them, come back later. With that said, let's jump to a discussion of first, Magic Mike.
Good evening. You live here?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your name?
Kim?
Kim, can you move back for me, please? We keep getting complaints of noise and underage drinking. Everybody sit down, we're gonna be here for a while. You don't have anything sharp on you that I can stick myself with, do you?
No.
Good. Because I do.
The businesses that I manage, they deal exclusively in cash.
Wow, busy guy.
We welcome to stage the one, the only
Magic Mike. You are the husband that they never had. You are that dreamboat guy that never came along.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh, written by Reid, Carolin, starring Channing Tatum, Alex Pettyfer, Cody Horn, Olivia Munn, Matt Bomer, Joe Manganiello, Matthew McConaughey. By day, Mike makes ends meet any way he can. Handyman jobs, detailing cars, or designing furniture. But nighttime is when Mike really gets to display his many talents. He's the hot headliner at an all-male review. Mike sees potential in a 19-year-old he dubs the kid, takes the teen under his wings, and instructs him in the tricks of the trade. However, Mike learns there's a downside to the stripper lifestyle when it threatens his romance with the kid's sister. Phil, what'd you think of Magic Mike?
I enjoyed it, but like I'll get this out of the way straight away. I like two more than one, and we'll get to two in a sec. But I'll just like throw that out. So I think I really I appreciate trying to tell a serious, somewhat serious story amongst all this, but I actually just feel like it holds the movie back. And the reason I like number two more than this one is because it's just like tries to be just more of a dumb, fun movie rather than like having a lot more to say. I really don't buy into this romance between Channing Tatum and Cody Horn. Cody Horn.
Yeah.
It's just not at all a thing. The ending of the movie relying on that, you buying into this romance, just means the last half hour is just, I'm like so disconnected to anything. Like the choices that Mike's making, I'm like, why? For this girl, like, do you like it that much? Like, it doesn't feel like you like it that much. So, like, I don't know, dude. Like, maybe not. So, and even when you've got like Adam starts playing around in the world of drugs and whatever else, and you got these people after him. I really don't feel like the outcome and the stakes and everything like that. It just seems to like it just wraps up too easy. It's like, oh, Mike manages to pay for it all. It's fine. Like he doesn't really get any repercussions, or like I feel like anytime this movie tries to do something that's like a little bit more serious with the story beats it's got within it, it just doesn't do anything with them. And then, yeah, I would say I enjoyed like the first half of this movie, and then the second half onwards, I was sort of becoming a lot more disconnected because of the characters and especially the romance elements between the leads as they picked up.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think it is a good movie. It's pretty fun, or an enjoyable movie. An interesting world to kind of be introduced to. I think also you have the kid who's kind of your eyes into the film, I guess, or into the world of male stripping. So yeah, I like, obviously you've got a good cast of characters as the Kings of Tampa. Matthew McConaughey doing a great job. All right.
I can listen to him. All right, ladies. Like,
just him MCing like all night, yeah, and obviously like Channing Tatum, who's clearly a dancer, is pulling some crazy moves off.
Well, I mean, the whole idea for even though I haven't watched them, I know these movies are very much like, hey, do you just want to you used to be like a male stripper before you was an actor? Do you just want to do you want to do some of that? Yeah, sure. Let's put you as the lead. Like, I know the basis of the.
Yeah, I think it's more fun when it's like exploring and building up the review rather than like exploring personal lives. And I mean, it's interesting, like Mike obviously being someone who wants to get away from the lifestyle to a certain extent by making his own furniture and that kind of stuff. Obviously, that scene at the bank where he's trying to charm his way into a bank loan, even though he's got really bad credit because he takes a bunch of jobs that deal just in cash. Was rough.
Yeah, I found it kind of annoying though, because I feel like there's nothing wrong with any of the, like, he's just as like, I mean, he parties a lot, but he's like, that's fine. Like, I don't feel like he generally seems like a decent enough dude.
No, he's a good dude.
He's a hardworking dude. He's got these multiple jobs. Like, he's making his money. Yeah,
it's the US banking system. That's what it is.
Yeah, and the narrative riding on this, man, like, he's got this big dream and he wants to escape the shit life of being a male stripper. I'm like, but he enjoys it. Like, I just kind of like, it sort of rubbed me the wrong way. Like,
well, it's not his passion though, even though it kind of is his passion, and turns out
it isn't. Like, I understand, like, it's just not what he wants to do all the time, but like, I just felt like this whole, like, he's got to escape from the hard world. Like,
yeah, I think I would have liked to have seen more conflict, I guess, maybe. Like, I don't think there's a satisfying payoff to the film. It's like, no, there should have been like an actual falling out between the kid and Mike or something, or Mike kind of leaves like a bitch.
Yeah,
like, nah, I'm good, I'm done. So there's some weird shit that happens throughout this film. So. But let's jump into the sequel, which, it sounds like you enjoyed a bit more. So, Magic Mike XXL.
I got a little treat for y'all tonight. We're gonna see if he's still got some magic in that mic.
Tomorrow, start the pilgrimage to Myrtle Beach for the convention.
I wish we had known you guys back in our day.
Well, I'd say it's still your day, man.
I mean, if this really is our last ride, what if we make up some new routine?
This game is evolve or die. Are you ready to be worshipped? Are you ready to be exalted?
What are we?
We're like healers or something. Yes, man.
Oh, yeah.
Directed by Gregory Jacobs. Written by Reid, Carolin, starring Channing Tatum, Matt Bomer, Joe Manganiello, Kevin Nash, Adam Rodríguez, Gabriel Iglesias, Amber Reid, Donald Glover, Andie MacDowell, Elizabeth Banks, Jada Pinkett Smith. It's been 3 years since McConaughey's retirement from stripping, but the former dancer misses the excitement and feeling of being on stage. Most of all, though, he misses the best friends that he had ever had, and the crew known as the Kings of Tampa. Opportunity comes knocking when the guys look him up as they travel to Myrtle Beach for a stripping convention. With the promise of outrageous fun, a reinvigorated Mike can't resist the chance to join in and take it off again. So Dylan, what do you think of Magic Mike XXL?
Did a really good movie. I'd easily watch this again. I think this is a very easily digestible, fun movie. And for what the aim of this is in the world of the first one's trying to tell a serious story, and this one's just like, hey, it's about missing your bros, man. I was way more down for it. It's about the boys, you know. Like but it's also about the girls. Like I feel like this movie has both. It's like it starts off with, man, I miss the boys. You know, it's about the lads. It's got to get the band back together. But then a lot of the movies about looking after your lady. Like, what are ladies? You know, I feel like it sort of hits the mesh there, you know, like it's sort of a perfect world. So I don't know. I had a lot of fun with this. I feel like the cast is fantastic. I feel like getting to see and hear from a lot of the people that you barely get to see and hear talk in the first one, be that Manganiello, how do you say his name? Or Matt Bomer, or, you know, obviously those two are the ones that step up the most to get bigger roles. But I mean, even Kevin Nash gets more than one line. Oh, he still can't dance, but I mean, that's a whole different thing. That's anytime he's in the background, he's just like, I'm like, dude, just like the camera should just like fucking. The whole Donald Glover bit. Donald Glover's fantastic in
I
this.
completely forgot he was in this movie.
I remember he was in it, but I've never I know he's in it. I know he's in these movies. I just never watched them.
I was like, oh shit, that's Donald Glover. That's crazy.
He does a whole good Childish Gambino singing bit. That worked out really well. Jada Pinkett Smith's having a ball in this. Like I found this movie fucking just fun. Like all the dances are like really enjoyable. They're like just got a lot more energy to them. I guess maybe it's also the change of location because they're not all on the dance stage and they're happening in different locations. So yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think this was, like you said, this was a lot of fun. This was a classic road trip movie, except they were a group of male entertainers, you know, doing weird hijinks along the roads. You know, whether it's hanging out at a drag night at a dive bar, or or getting one of Joe Manganiello to try and make the chick at the service station.
I mean, I've seen that, like bits of that in trailers for so long, and even having seen that trailer so many times in cinemas back in the day, and like whatever, it still didn't prepare me for like just how silly and glorious that whole bit is. I feel like just like it is so ridiculous, but it works.
Yeah. That, and then obviously you've got it's a classic road trip. There's like all these issues that they go along the way.
They have a one-nighter at this these 40, 50-year-old women sleepover.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, what a night. Yeah, just drinking wine. Yeah.
This movie actually has drama and fallout between the characters that they actually have to overcome, and there's actually more character development in this movie than the first one, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I think the only thing is the initially there was tension between Matt Bomer's character Ken and Magic Mike, and then he hits him one time, and then it's all gone.
Well, they discuss it the next day or whatever. I don't feel like it was supposed to be set up to be this major through line, but even then, like, I'm not saying the character development in this movie is perfect, but I definitely feel like it's better than the first one.
I mean, everybody's just so likable in this. That's the major difference. There's nobody doing drugs or like, it's like.
I don't know. Is that part? Joe's like when he tries to kill them for throwing out all the uniforms before they go to the petrol station or whatever out. That's all funny because he's just like going off about all this stuff and he's ready to spit it all with them. What are you? You're an adult entertainer.
Male entertainer.
Male entertainer.
Yep. When he throws Mike's phone out the car.
Yeah. There's a few parts where it's like, I think he's angry.
I think he throws Tarzan's phone out by accident.
Yeah.
Very funny. And there are 9 minutes left, it's fine. Even the romance, I think.
I was going to say when Mike shows up at the start and he thinks it's the awake.
Awake.
And all that sort of stuff, and he gets pushed in the pool or whatever. And then Tarzan's like, I had to get you somehow.
Oh, man. But yeah, I think the romance was even, at least they had some really solid chemistry. They're both
I could
kinda
buy
into it.
I could buy into Amber Heard and Channing Tatum. Like they had some chemistry, and because they didn't try and do a picture perfect romance plot like they did in the first, with
one of them is not really into it, but he slowly wears her down.
Yeah, like the movie is literally like all he does is by the end of it, like you can picture they start dating after that. But compared to the first one, it's like he just changed everything about his life for this girl. They've got to live together forever. Like it was just like he wears this girl down throughout the movie. You can tell that she likes him, but she's like sort of playing hard to get or whatever. And then by the end, they're together. Cool.
Yep. And I feel like this film obviously builds up to a big, fun third act set piece of the convention. The
convention thing. I want to know if this is a real thing.
Well, that's what I googled afterwards. Apparently, there is a few. So,
okay.
Apparently, it is based on an actual event that Channing Tatum went to, where they would just go there. A bunch of women would be in there, and they lock the doors, and stuff happens.
So you just pay. So you pay money, I guess,
to go in.
Get money. But then you get the money. Like they're throwing money on stage still. So do they still keep the tips?
What are they doing in between?
They vacuum it.
Maybe.
That's what they do. Have you ever I know that's what they do with the Young Bucks and their money. So surely.
Yeah, but it's not actual money. Young Bucks.
Yeah, but still, it would suck up in a vacuum.
I guess. Then you have to pull all the dollar bills out of
you just empty the vacuum.
Just vacuum.
Just
clean it. I don't know. But yeah, that's
a clean vacuum. I'm not saying use the one you just use the fucking do the floor with. It's a money vacuum. It only does money.
Money vacuum. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Even like the setup to right before, like of seeing all the other stripper teams, all in like classic,
What are they doing? Oh, Twilight. They're doing fucking Twilight.
No, but and then backstage they're all in like army gear and like cowboys and firemen and
most typical just stereotypical stripping outfits.
No, but then everybody gets their moment to shine in this last moment. Except Kevin Nash,
Yeah, he can't do it. It's because he can't do shit.
He can't do much.
He does more. He does more in this one than he does in the first one.
No, but
he does get an act. He gets an act.
He does. He gets to paint. Does the glue thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of seriously suggestive stuff throughout this final. It was pretty graphic, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what you do, right? That's how it works.
That is.
As long as you ain't sticking your dick in, it's fine.
As long as there's consent.
Yeah.
Most of the time there was consent.
Yeah.
They know what they were going in for.
I'm pretty sure you probably have to sign a waiver to go on something like that, surely. I don't know.
Probably,
Surely, yeah.
Anything else you want to discuss about the Magic Mics?
Soundtrack's a banger on both.
Yeah.
Like that's both films have it going for that. Both really good use of music. Obviously, it has to be. If the music's shit, then like in a movie
it
where
made
characters...
Pony a huge song again, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the movie that made Pony like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd even heard Pony before this came out. And then suddenly it was all over the radio.
Yeah.
So they just started replaying it. So because this came out when I used to work and I used to have the radio on, and I'll talk about Magic Mike and play this fucking song. So I knew Pony was in it. But yeah, even some of the other songs I feel like are really just good. But yeah, good soundtracks to chuck on if you like this sort of music. But second one I feel like was the first one annoyed me with its whole let's shoot fucking California with yellow tint.
But it's
actually
not
is
California,
my only, well, wherever it was, I don't know. Like
it's
Florida. All right, well, let's shoot Florida with this yellow tint, like which is obviously a choice. Shout out. It's a choice that I guess
Soderbergh.
what's his face Soderbergh can make, but then he's the cinematographer in the second one. He didn't make any of those weird choices, so like
really,
I just ask. Yeah, he's the cinematographer still.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
why didn't he direct the second one?
I don't know. But he does it under his fake name. Because whenever he's a cinematographer, even on his own movies, he never credits himself. He's always.
I guess it's easier, just to show up and stick the camera, and somebody else makes all the decisions.
But I mean the creative decisions. But you're still like the director comes to you and says like, "I want this. How do you gonna do it?" And you have to like it's still a creative process. But maybe it's just less work, sure, than being the director who's overseeing like so much more and
so much
else.
pre-production and
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. So
and-
maybe it just wasn't as big a commitment, but still, he was involved.
Also, it was during that period where I think he said he doesn't want to do feature films anymore.
Movies anymore? Yeah.
Doesn't want to
just wants
direct
do
movies
TV.
anymore, so, he was keeping his word. But now he's back, directing Magic Mike's Last Dance. How do you feel about Soderbergh coming back to do the third one? So you said did the one you didn't like.
Well, it's not that I didn't like. I just feel like it's definitely I don't know. It's hard to say because
have you watched the trailer?
They haven't. I watched the trailer. I don't know what the fucking point of it is. Like, I don't understand what the plot of the movie is.
It seems like he's going over to the UK to he's going to be does the dances, arranges the dances, dance choreographer. That's what it seems like.
Okay. Because I mean, I tried to look up the plot the other day, and they were like, "Plot's still kept under secrets or whatever."
It's got to be secret,
Yeah. But no
don't
one
want
else is
massive
in it.
Magic Mike spoilers out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it, right? So we've watched all these, so I'll definitely go watch it. There's no way my cinema. This isn't one of those movies that isn't going to be shown locally.
You don't think so?
No, it'll definitely. No, I'm saying it'll definitely be shown locally. I'm under no doubts about whether or not I'll be able to watch this.
Because I'll also point out both of these films are reasonably solid financial successes.
Both of these movies.
First one was made on a $7 million budget, made $167 million. Second one was made $14.8 million, made $122 million.
Yeah, so they're fucking massive. It's massive turnaround.
Yeah,
massive turnaround. So, but I do have to ask on this new one. How's Selma coming into it? Where's the rest of the boys?
I think the boys are all retired. I don't know if there's any boys.
Not in the cast, at least.
I was pretty sure Ernest is not going to be showing up in this next movie.
No.
I do love that when he's introducing them in everybody, and he doesn't know what Tarzan's actual name is.
Yeah, this is. He's like, I can't remember. He's like Phil. It's like, yeah,
it's Ernest. Yeah. All right. Let us know what you think of Magic Mike and Magic Mike XL, and are you looking forward to Magic Mike's Last Dance? Let us know by going to explosion.com/Twitter or jump into Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at What Do You Want to Watch, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars. Anywhere can leave 5 stars. Or tell people about the show, or just go to explosionnetwork.com and just click around a whole bunch. And if you've liked this episode, thought it was worth $1, head over to our Ko-fi page at explosion.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.